Mwache hiyo ujinga ya kudhani politicians are bigger than clergymen. The spiritual governs the physical, and you'll know that very soon. And as I was shown, immediately the same angel who was in the days of Nebuchadnezzar came across Kenya and said, let that woman go to an oncologist for touching the church of God and mocking the church of God. Then publicly I've said it. Not a human hand to do it. That's cancer. That's cancer.
We are soon going to call for a national prayer to call all corrupt people into account. And for those who fail, we will courageously declare a curse.
Yes, after the Catholic bishops coming out to castigate William Ruto and his government for failing to work for Kenyans and also deliver economic reversionation, among the very many people who came out to condemn the Catholic bishops was the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, BOSS SHOLLEI. I keep on saying that BOSS SHOLLEI is an excited person who normally even engages in debate on television with these members of Parliament. A speaker or a deputy speaker should not engage in debate with his juniors, not even the speaker only, but high-ranking positions like the president, the speaker, the deputy speaker should not engage in debate with his subordinates. And that's why I think BOSS SHOLLEI is so excited. He engages in debate every time with his juniors and also makes his intention be known. What it means is, if he's presiding over the house, would have made his intention known. So among the very many people who came out to attack the bishops is BOSS SHOLLEI, and also the bishops came out to reveal that they are going to curse her, okay, for demeaning the religious leaders. You know, in Africa, religious leaders, cultural leaders are held in high esteem. You cannot just come out because of politics and attack them. The church leaders can have sway in votes because they have blind followers. Okay, normally very many people in faith, if their pastor, if their bishops ask them to do something, they will do because they see them as, okay, a representative of God. So BOSS SHOLLEI was cast by very many leaders, and this episode I've come out to talk about the battle which is between Kenya Kwanza government and the curse of BOSS SHOLLEI, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the sudden materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to.
But when you go and castigate him and the government in public, are you really trying to resolve the problem? Or are you trying to play to the gallery and to play into a political realm? That is exactly what they were doing. Because I also believe, even when I have done something wrong, my pastor is not going to go on public television or in front of the church in the pulpit and castigate me.
So first of all, after the Catholic bishops coming out with a statement to hold the Kenya Kwanza government accountable, among the very many people who attacked the church was BOSS SHOLLEI. In fact, he came out to caution them that they must mind their own business. After BOSS SHOLLEI attacking the church, some of the churches, even other churches, the SCPA, the Catholics, the Protestants, also came out to issue the same statements. It means that the church is acting as the opposition. You know, in Kenya, the opposition was conflicted. Why I say the opposition, anyone can be opposition, but there are some official opposition which get money from the Constituent Fund as minority leaders and opposition whips and committees. If they are conflicted, if they are peers in government, the people of Kenya lose out a lot. And remember, in life there is no vacuum. So if the vacuum was created, it was incumbent upon very many people to occupy. That's why we saw the rise of the Gen Zs, the rise of Morara. It's the reason as to why we see the church occupying this position, because in life there is no vacuum. When BOSS SHOLLEI attacked the bishops, they came out and issued a statement attacking him back. It means, it shows how they are ready to take on anyone. And that is the most fierce thing, because around the world, the Kenya can can sway anything. The church can sway anything. It has a lot of support. It has a lot of effect. A bishop came out to caution Gladys BOSS SHOLLEI and also say that he will be holding a prayer to call out the corrupt. In fact, the bishop said these statements.
More specifically, Honorable Gladys SHOLLEI and the other leaders with whom they have dared criticize the Catholic bishops, that they should go slow on their attack on the Catholic bishops and the church leaders whenever we speak against corruption in this country. We are soon going to call for a national prayer to call all corrupt people into account, and for those who fail, we will courageously declare a curse upon them, because they are the people that are denying Kenyans what they...
That is the bishop. You clearly see that the bishops fear nothing. The Catholic Church in Kenya has almost more than 10 million people. That is the following. The Catholic Church is one of the biggest institutions which get directions from the top. If the Archbishop comes out to reveal a message to be disseminated in any parish, they'll do, because they have a structure. It is the reason they return back the money. The Catholic Church is one of the richest churches. You cannot just bribe them anyhow. If they decide to return back your donation, they can do. So you clearly see that they are occupying the opposition. Trust me, even if you love William Ruto, things are not going on well. I don't know what happened. Barely 2 years, things are not going on well. And to make even matters worse, he brought the opposition government. In fact, I was discussing with someone and told him it was incumbent upon William Ruto not to bring Raila in government, so that they can hold him to accountable, so that he can work. But whenever they're in government, you will not feel the heat to work for Kenyans. That's the truth. Even Uhuru brought Raila Odinga in the second term. He had worked for Kenyans. Okay? In fact, in the second term, Uhuru never worked like he worked in the first term, because he was held accountable. To show that even this was a strong message to Gladys BOSS SHOLLEI. Even another Pentecostal church, not Catholics, came out to talk about Gladys BOSS SHOLLEI, came out to caution her. In fact, he said these statements.
This week about there's some Catholic bishops who gathered together, and they were not happy with the government. But who is happy anyway? Who is happy? When President Ruto was going through every church to be prayed for, it was all good, and he could be told what to do publicly. Now, Gladys SHOLLEI comes out, that's the video was shown, and says how the church should keep off, let the president run the nation. This president cannot run the nation, and no president has ever run any nation without God successfully. None. We say we're a Christian nation. Tell me how many kings in the Bible rejected God's prophets and counsel, and the counsel never came to them privately all the time. Mwache hiyo ujinga kudhani politicians are bigger than clergymen. The spiritual governs the physical, and you'll know that very soon. And as I was shown, immediately the same angel who was in the days of Nebuchadnezzar came across Kenya and said, let that woman go to an oncologist for touching the church of God and mocking the church of God. Then publicly I've said it, not a human hand to do it. That's cancer. That's cancer. It's a very bad era to play with the church of God in Kenya. Very bad time.
That is the Pentecostal church. So you clearly see all the churches in Kenya are coming out to call out the Kenya Kwanza regime, are coming out to call out William Ruto for failing to work for Kenyans, for failing to stand for his promises. Because to who much is given, much is expected. William Ruto was able to defeat the biggest opposition, was able to defeat the system. Okay? Even me, I supported him because he exposed what Kenya needed, but is now backtracking on issues. So the church is doing a great job of calling the government to account, because in times when the opposition is conflicted, when politicians are conflicted, it's upon other institutions, the religious leaders, the cultural leaders, to come out and fill in the gap. Okay? So Gladys BOSS SHOLLEI is already scared. He has been cast, and anything can happen. You know, in our African culture, an elderly can curse you spiritual. And it shows how the Kenya Kwanza government holds contempt to the religious leaders. Okay? Of course, that's my opinion. Drop me your comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.